Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gav Major, and this is a review of the American Premium Tier 5 Destroyer Monaghan. This is a Patreon requested review. One of the perks of being a patron is you get to make suggestions for a ship to be reviewed or let's played or a topic once every patch, and basically from the options put forward, I make a selection, or if there's lots of suggestions, then we might go to a vote. Now, Monaghan is available currently for 10,000 doubloons. Sometimes she might appear maybe a little less if she goes on offer, but I can't recall if she's been on offer previously. Now, this is a tier 5 and 6 game of Domination Hotspot on the only team with Anatagil and Icarus and Aoba, Nuremberg, Devonshire, Leander, Algeria, New Orleans, and North Carolina. Spawned over at Charlie, so we're going to play a bit of the Charlie objective. Now, USS Monaghan is a Farragut class destroyer. Obviously, we do have the lead ship of the class in the game, the USS Farragut, but Monaghan represents the class in a post-1943 refit. Basically, due to the way the war was going, the way it became more of an air war rather than a naval battle war, I guess you could say, they decided to improve the light anti-aircraft complement of the Monaghan class. One of those changes that they did was that they added additional 20mm cannons at the cost of the centre turret. So the Farragut obviously has 5 turrets, whereas the Monaghan only has 4. I've got the Icarus here as well, that's why I came under a bit of a pickle, I guess you could say. Anyway, so that's the big difference in game. Obviously on PC, she can have AA booster, I guess you could say, which obviously improves the AA rate of fire. But also she could swap that out for a torpedo reload booster, quite an interesting choice. Unfortunately, we don't get that kind of selection on World Warships Legends, which is a bit of a shame, I guess you could say, considering how useful that potentially could be in making this destroyer different. Anyway, in comparison to the Tech Tree Tier 5 destroyers, USS Monaghan has an average HP in regards to survivability of 13,900. Furthermore, she's got the typical tin can armour scheme, I like to call it, when it comes to the armour, and also there's nothing really outstanding out when it comes to survivability. Artillery wise, as we've already alluded, she's only got 4 5-inch guns mounted in 4 single mounts. We have A turret and B turret superfiring at the front, and then we have Y turret, X turret superfiring at the rear. Just in case. But really what I want to do is maybe see if I can get the algorithm to come around to play.
Torpedoes to port. Critical engine damage. Torpedoes dead ahead.
Okay, well we'll come back to that. Anyway, she has an above average range of 10.6 kilometers and the joint fastest reload of 4 seconds. So she has the capability to do a lot of damage over time, I guess you could say. Another battle to the death, so there we go. We'll just back up just to make sure that the Algeria didn't drop any more torpedoes, but I don't think she did. Now, she has a below average HE damage per shell of 1,800 and the joint lowest fire chance of only 5%. Also, joint lowest AP shell damage of 2,100. So, very much a damage over time kind of destroyer, and that's reflected in very much the way that her DPMs are. She's got the second highest HE DPM, second lowest fires per minute though, so it's very much about just hitting the target repeatedly. You're not going to be getting lots and lots of fires, unfortunately. She does have an above average AP DPM, however. Now when it comes to the torpedoes, it's quite interesting. She's got the basic standard torpedoes that you get on the Monaghan, but she can also have access to the improved torpedoes on the Benson. She has the ability to upgrade her base torpedo launchers to the Mark 15s. So basically, on base, you're looking at having 2 quadruple torpedo launchers, which have an 87-second reload, which is pretty average, but they only do 11,733 damage, which is pretty much the lowest, and they only have a range of 6.4 kilometers at 64 knots. The Mark 15s, however, you get 2 quintupler torpedoes, short launchers, so that takes you from 8 torpedoes up to 10. Now this does have a 112-second reload on those launchers, which is the second longest, but they do 16,633 damage, which is the second highest for the tier. Furthermore, you're looking at a 9.2 kilometer range at 55 knots, which is advantageous, I guess you could say, or beneficial. When it comes to the maneuverability, she has the second fastest top speed of 36.5 knots. She has the second smallest turn circle of 560 meters and above average rudder shift of 3.4 seconds. In regards to concealment, you're the third worst at 6.7 kilometers detectability by sea, average by air though 3.3 kilometers, and average when firing from smoke, which is 2.5 kilometers. In regards to consumables, obviously, as I've kind of already mentioned, she doesn't have any of those special consumables that you get on the Monaghan on PC. She's pretty basic, I guess you could say, in Legends. You only get 2 engine boosts, which improve your engine speed by 8%, takes your base speed up to 39.42 knots, that's for 120 seconds with a 180-second reload. Now you do have 2 smoke screens, but these aren't your typical American smoke screens, unfortunately. They're the same smoke screens that you get on the Fubuki class destroyer. So it has a 20-second duration, that's how long it takes to lay the smoke screen, 81-second dispersion, that's how long the smoke screen is going to be sitting around for, and a 240-second reload. There's something definitely closer than that Leander. No, I guess it is the Leander. Okay. Now, the smoke screens have a 240-second reload, and as I already mentioned, they're practically the same as the Fubuki, which is a bit of a shame, I guess you could say, but it is what it is. Now, as always, down in the description will be the commander build and the modules. Modules wise, I've taken aim systems and propulsion mods, pretty much the standard build for a destroyer, I kind of feel. Obviously, she does have that extra mod where she can equip those Mark 15 torpedoes, and I've definitely taken that. I feel the improved torpedo range and damage it kind of improves your utility. Yes, it does have the slightly longer reload, but then again, I'm quite used to playing the British destroyers, which already are known for having quite a long reload at times, so I don't really mind it too much. I don't really notice it. Now, as per all premiums, she does come with a Type 9 permanent camouflage, which is quite nice. Which, as you can maybe kind of see, although I've taken quite a bit of damage on the nose, so that's all blackened. But that does mean that you're not having to use consumable camouflages while playing. Now, in regards to command build, I've taken Halsey. It's my partial AA style build that I have on my American destroyers. Admittedly, with the Monaghan, she isn't really an AA destroyer, is the best way to put it. I mean, her 4 number 5-inch guns are dual purpose, so she will throw up flat clouds, which is quite interesting, but she doesn't carry any 40 mils, she only carries 20 mils. I think she's got about 8 single mounts of 20mm Ehrlichien. Unfortunately, she could have maybe benefited. I mean, if the central turret was removed and replaced with something like a quad 40mm Bofus or a Chicago piano, that could have been a bit more interesting. However, it is what it is. Right, looks like the California is going to be trying to sneak out over here, so I think I might see if I can get a cross talk, because chances are he's going to angle away from me and head up north in order to engage the cruiser and the battleship. So I'm going to do that. I have a Leander hot-tailing it on my stern, so I need to really get some distance from the Leander because my detectability is only 5.7 kilometers. Well, I can pop the book down while we continue the game. Oh, it's not California, it's North Carolina. Oh, looks like the North Carolina is actually not quite angling as yet. Finally got a bit of breathing space from the Leander. I don't think we're going to get any torps on target, unfortunately. No, I think they're all going to pass the rear. Leander, but I could pop a smoke and open fire. The problem is the Leander's so close, she might obviously catch me. Also, she does have sonar, and I haven't got any friendly spotting. At the moment, I can kind of keep the Leander spotted, which is going to be beneficial for our team. Ironically, she's not gone for the cap, so this is going to be guts or glory for the Leander. Now, if she does pop a smoke, I might maybe see if I can take advantage of that. Because then what I might do is maybe close into her detectability when firing smoke range, and then open, get her spotted, I guess you could say. I've accidentally closed into my detectability range. So the jig is up, she has an inkling of where I am. However, she's not too intrigued by my presence. Apart from maybe simply taking note that I was in the vicinity and maybe taking a minor evasive maneuver in order to avoid torpedoes. So we're going to open fire, I think. We're in the death throes of the game and I don't see our team accidentally winning too hard. Leander has opened fire. So maybe we'll just drop it to quarter speed and just start laying that smoke screen.
Smoke generator started.
Oop, I'm lead the target a bit more. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Yep, there's the end of the game. Well, let's see what we did there. So we are looking at 21,000 damage, which is not a lot. 41 hits on target, 4 incapacitations, 2 fires, and a capture assist. Not really a high damage game, but a good game for spotting, and that gets us 3rd place in our team, which isn't too bad. Basically doing a lot of spotting rather than going for those big damage hits, which allowed us to take advantage of our flank, I guess you could say. Economy-wise, walking away with 196,000 credits after a ship service cost of 31,000 credits, which isn't too bad. Obviously, as a tier 5 premium, she will have a improved money earning potential in comparison to the tech tree ships. And yeah, all in all, not a bad destroyer. It's very American, I guess you could say. The only downside is obviously it doesn't come with the American smokescreen, which would have been nice. And she hasn't got any of those marvellous consumables that she would have on PC. I think if she had those marvellous consumables on Legends, that would make her a very intriguing premium. It's a bit of a shame, I guess you could say. Oh well, if you have enjoyed this review, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. Down in the description is the commander build and the ship modules used during this review, along with the email address to the channel if you want to send you any of your own game captures, and the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon and make requests like this. As always, I've been the Galloping Major, and back to the port.
Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the Galloping Major. Get out of the way there, you fellows, unless you want me to run